In this next assignment, we are going to be preparing an advertisement, a print ad for our company that we created, our PPE company that we've been working on the last couple of assignments. So advertising is something that's been around for a long time, and print advertising has been around for as long as there's probably been prints. You see ads in newspapers and magazines, and ads have become even more common now. You see them everywhere in social media, on websites, on your phone, pretty much everywhere you go. It's kind of hard to get away from advertising, as that's how many companies make their money. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a print ad. Now, modern advertising is a little more dynamic. Ones that you see online on websites or on your phone often have components like videos or animations included in them. But we're just going to be doing a simple print ad. So we're going to be creating a visual image that advertises for your company. So one of the things that you could do to kind of get inspired, again, is if we go to Google Images and we do some searching for some print ads. Could be related to your topic, could be just basic newspaper examples like I have up here. And then you could go through and kind of get some ideas for what you want to do for yours. But again, it's going to be based around your company. So you're going to use your logo on there. You're going to use the information for yours, but then try and find a theme or way to make it presentable as an ad, because an ad is you're trying to sell the product. So you're really trying to make it attractive and find a way to make consumers interested in the product that you're selling and the message. So attached to the assignment in Classroom, you're going to have this blank form. This is the size that I want your ad to be. Now you can modify the size of this if necessary to fit in your particular theme, but this was kind of a standard size for a print ad that might appear in a magazine or a newspaper. So we'll work with this size. And so what you're going to do first, once you figure out what your theme for your ad is you might want to figure out what you want to put in your background. So in your background, you might have a solid color, you might have a gradient color, you might have an image back there, you might have a collection of images. So you're going to have to make that decision. And for mine, what I wanted to do is sticking with my theme of PPE and with healthcare. And what basically my ad was going to look at the difficult times that they're having right now in healthcare with COVID-19. So I wanted them to focus on the support that my company would be able to give them. So I wanted to put kind of a hopeful image in the background. So I went and found a background image of like a sunshine gradient. So here's the image. And there is a border around that I added just to kind of frame in the picture. And the picture itself is actually a little bit more than what's here. I actually cropped it down just to get that sunshine. And I'm also going to do something else with it. I'm going to recolor it. So under the format options, you can choose to recolor images, to lighten them, darken them, change them to different things. And I just wanted to lighten this up a little bit. So I'm going to go with this one here just to lighten that up a little bit, and also to go with the color scheme of what I have for my logo design in my company, which is mostly shades of blue. So next thing I'm going to do is get some images to put over top of that. And I searched for some images for frontline care workers. And I found a couple of images that were good, so I'm going to put those in there next. Okay, so I've put those images in there, and then again, I've done some stuff to them. I've done some creative cropping of them. So to do that, when you crop the image, you can actually choose to crop it with a shape rather than just cropping it up and down and left and right. So I crop these with these rounded rectangles. That allows me to adjust in how much I want to crop it and to give it a little bit of shape. And then I also added a border color around each of these, and then a little drop shadow, again using the format options in order to make them stand out a little bit from the background. So on the first one, I've got this frustrated healthcare worker, and then the second one, I've got these more supportive healthcare workers meant to show support that we're going to be giving them as a company. So next, I wanted to add in some text. Okay, so I've added in my text, and I've chosen a font that I felt worked well with the mood of that. And then again, I've added a drop shadow in behind that just to make it stand out a little bit from the background. And I've tried to create a message, at least the beginning of a message, that's trying to go with the theme of my company. So then to finish off my statement, I've ended the initial statement with this kind of stronger, bolder font. basically trying to reassure with these people that they're getting a quality product and they're getting support. So it's trying to sell this idea that we're providing PPE that you can count on, that is going to support you during this difficult time. And so next I added in that modified version of my logo that I created for the last assignment for the business card. And I just added in a little bit of a drop shadow shape in behind there just to give it a little more relief from the background. And I'm just going to place that in behind that other picture by holding down Control and clicking the down arrows. And I have these things grouped together, the text and then the little mountain in the background and then the little shape in behind there that's giving it that background shape. And then the last thing I'm going to add in is just some social media stuff that I've seen in some of the ads that I was looking at online. So I created some hashtags there that I added in there just to kind of go with kind of modern advertising, trying to get people to perhaps use some of these in social media to spread ideas around the company. And then the last thing I'm going to add in there was just a slogan or tagline. So I've got that tagline in there now, and actually what I have is actually two sets of text. The drop shadow wasn't quite bright enough to make this stand out over the varied background there. So what I did was I actually created two different text boxes, made one a darker color, and then put it in behind and offset them a little bit just to make it look like a little stronger drop shadow. And so there's my advertisement for my company. Be ready to go into a magazine or into a newspaper. So I look forward to seeing some of your designs. And if you have any questions, please email me.